Let us see the next question. A Limited acquires T Limited. On the date of acquisition, position of both the companies were as under. Acquiring company and target company. Earning is 5 lakhs and 3 lakhs. Price earning ratio is 20 and 10. Market value is 100 lakhs and 30 lakhs. Number of equity shares are 25,000, 40,000. MPS is there and EPS is there. The question says that to compute the EPS of the merged firm. Let us see, that is give it as a question. EPS attributable to the shareholders of each firm, that is B question. Profit or loss to the shareholders of each firm, that is C question. Considering that say there is an increase in the earning by 20% due to the merger. So considering that say the earning increases by 20%, we are required to make the calculation of the all these things. Exchange ratio is provided to us. Like these are the 5 exchange ratios provided to us and we are required to make the calculation. Dear students, we understand 5 plus 3, it comes to an amount of 8 lakhs. As per the given information, there is an increase in the earning by 20%. So what happens at say the 20% of 8 lakhs comes to 1,60,000. So 1,60,000 is the increase in the earning due to merger. 8 lakhs plus 60,000, this comes to 9,60,000. This is earning after taxes of the merged firm. And for the different exchange ratio, we are required to make the calculation. Let us understand and say how to make the calculation of answer. Please write down answer along with me. Working note number 1. Calculation of earning after taxes of merged firm. Dear students, the increase in the earning which is provided to us in the percentage term is required to be understood the overall increase in the earning. That is not supposed to be understood only for the increase in the earning of the acquiring company due to merger. It is the overall earning of the merged entity will increase. That is the way we have to understand it. So earning after taxes of the merged firm is earning after taxes of A plus earning after taxes of T plus increase in earning. This is what we understand. Earning after taxes of A is 5 lakhs. For target company it is 3 lakhs. Plus increase in earning 5 plus 3 into 20%. So it is 8 lakhs plus 8 lakhs into 20%. So it is 8 lakhs plus 1,60,000. This comes to an amount of rupees 9,60,000. This is the way earning after taxes of the merged firm will be calculated. Next, calculation of EPS of the merged firm, comma, EPS attributable to shareholders of each firm and profit or loss to shareholders of each firm. This is the way we are required to calculate the answer. Column number 1 will be exchange ratio. Column number 2 will be number of shares of the merged firm, that is NA plus NT into ER. Let me explain you the table. 25,000 plus 40,000 into exchange ratio. That is the number of shares of the merged firm. Then EPS of the merged firm. It is earning after taxes of the merged firm that we already have found, divided by number of shares of the merged firm, which we will compute in the preceding column. Then for A Limited, EPS attributable post merger and then profit or loss. For T Limited, EPS attributable post merger and then profit or loss. That is the way we are required to make the calculation of answer. I give you explanation of the first working. Rest of the working I want you to do on your own. The exchange ratio is 0.125. Let me explain you friends. This is 0.1250. Number of shares of the merged firm will be 25,000 plus 40,000 into 0.1250. So it is 5,000, 5 plus 25. So this is 30,000. Earning after taxes of the merged firm is 960. Divided by number of shares are 30,000. So this is 32 rupees. Here we have calculated 9,60,000. So this is 9,60,000 divided by number of shares 30, that is 30,000. EPS attributable to A Limited post merger is 32. Pre-merger it was 20. So there is a profit of rupees 12. For the target company it is 32 into exchange ratio 0.1250. So 32 into 0.125. It comes to rupees 4. That is the EPS attributable to the shareholders of target company. So it is 32 into 0.125. That comes to 4. Pre-merger it was 7.5. So 4 minus 7.5, that is a loss of 3 rupee 50 paise. This is the answer for 0.125. Take down this much answer and try to compute the remaining on your own. Next exchange ratio is 0.2841. So in that case it is 25,000 plus 40,000 into 0.2841. So 36,364. Then it is 9,60,000 divided by 36,364. That comes to 26.40. This is 26.40. 26.40 minus 12. That comes to, sorry, minus 20. That comes to 6.4. Then over here 26.40 into exchange ratio 0.2841. That comes to 7.5. Earlier it was again 7.5. So there is a situation of no profit, no loss. It is 0.335. So it is 25,000 plus 40,000 into 0.335. 40,000 into 0.335 plus 20,000, that is 38,400. 9,60,000 divided by number of shares of the merged firm is 38,400. It is 25 rupees. Before merger it was 20, so there is a profit of 5. So 25 minus 20. Now for the target company, it is 25 into exchange ratio 0.335. So it is 8.375. 8.375 minus 7.5. So 0.875. Next is 5750. 25,000 plus 40,000 into 0.575. That is 48,000. 9,60,000 upon 48,000. That is 20 rupees per share. 20. Earlier it was 20. So there is no profit, no loss. 20 into exchange ratio 0.575. That is 11.5. Minus 7.5. That comes to 4. Next is 0.875. So again 25,000 plus 40,000 into 0.875. So number of shares comes to 60,000. 9,60,000 upon 60,000. That comes to 16 rupees per share. So there is a loss of 4. 16 into 0.875. That comes to 14. 14 minus 7.5. That is 6.5. This is the way for the different exchange ratio. We can make the calculation of the EPS, EPS attributable, and also the profit or loss to the shareholders of each firm. Now, of course, all these calculations are done. Now, I have a few questions to all of you. Listen to my question and please give answer to me in the chat box. I want you to tell me what is the minimum required exchange ratio by T Limited so that its EPS is not diluted. The answer is over here. We understand 0.2841. We can see that when exchange ratio is 0.2841, then in that case the target limited is at break-even point, and in that case the acquiring company is having a profit. This is what we understand. We understand logically that as far as the acquiring company is concerned, acquiring company has a profit of 6 rupee 40 paise. What is the number of shares of acquiring company? We understand that the acquiring company has number of shares 25,000. So we can understand like this. The profit is 6 rupee 40 paise per share into 25,000 number of shares. 6.4 into 25,000. So in that case it comes to an amount of rupees 1,60,000. This is the way, so we can have a kind of verification that how the acquiring company is able to make a profit. Because whatever the increase in the earning is entirely attributable to shareholders of the acquiring company and the target company is at break-even point. Further, we can understand logically like this, that suppose in this question, we are required to compute that what is the minimum required exchange ratio by the target company so that its EPS is not diluted post-merger. In that case, application of the formula EPS of T upon EPS of A is not acceptable. Why this is not acceptable? Because we can see that there is an increase in the earning due to merger. That is the reason. This is the way we have the 0.2841. My question to all of you is that what is the maximum affordable exchange ratio to acquiring company so that its EPS is not diluted post acquisition? Now friends, answer for that is very simple. It is 0.5750. We can see that when exchange ratio is 0.5750, the acquiring company is having a situation of no profit, no loss. So over here, say it is 0. And the target company has a profit of 4 rupees per share. This is the 4 rupees. We understand that as far as the target company is concerned, its number of shares are 40,000. So 4 into 40,000, that comes to again 1,60,000. So this is the way you can understand that's how this 1,60,000 is going to the target company, and there is a profit of 4 rupees per share. So we understand that, listen carefully what I am going to speak. We understand that when there is an increase in the earning due to merger, then in that case minimum required exchange ratio by the target company and maximum affordable exchange ratio to the acquiring company would be different. Minimum required exchange ratio by the target company would be less than the maximum affordable exchange ratio to the acquiring company. This is what we understand. So this is what we understand. Now importantly understand that any exchange ratio which is in between both of them, that is 0.335 in this example, at that point of time both the companies will have a profit. Always, whenever the exchange ratio is in between 0.2841 and 0.5750, then in that case, so there will be a profit for both the companies. If at all the acquiring company has more negotiation power, then in that case the exchange ratio will be near to 0.2841. And if at all the target company has more negotiation power, then in that case the exchange ratio will be near to 0.575. This is what we understand. So let us see 0.335 is the exchange ratio at which, let us see that say how the profit is bifurcated. Acquiring company is having profit of 5 and the target company is having the profit of 0.875. So acquiring company and target company, this is 0.875 and this is 5 rupees per share. Acquiring company's number of shares are 25,000 and target company's number of shares are 40,000. So 5 into 25,000, it comes to 1,25,000. 0.875 into 40,000, that comes to 35,000. So 35,000 plus 1,25,000, that comes to 1,60,000. This is the way the earning of the merged entity increases by 1,60,000 and it is bifurcated in this ratio. The acquiring company has said the benefit element of 1,25,000 and the target company has the benefit element of 35,000. This is what we understand. So this is the way we can have a split. We can have the bifurcation of the increase in the earning set to both of them. Now one more thing that I just want to clarify, that say again going with this formula would not be possible say to make this calculation of answer. In that case you are required to go with the detailed method number 1 only. Only in that case you will be able to end up with the correct answer. Now the remaining two questions which have been provided to us are more on the theoretical base, because practically that kind of situation there are less chances to exist. Exchange ratio is 0.125. It is less than what T Ltd requires minimum. In that case T Ltd has a loss and A Ltd has more profit. Again the logic over here is like this. As far as the target company is concerned, there is a loss of 3 rupee 50 paise. So for the target company, loss is 3 rupee 50 paise multiplying with what is the number of shares? 40,000. So what they have sacrificed? They have sacrificed 1,40,000. There is an increase in the earning by an amount of 1,60,000. So 160 plus 140, that is total increase of an amount of 3 lakhs. This 3 lakh rupees of the earning transferred to the shareholders of the acquiring company, and we know that so the acquiring company's number of shares are 25,000. So 3 lakhs upon 25,000, so it comes to 12 rupees per share. And this is the way, so this 12 rupees per share is provided over here. The last situation, wherein exchange ratio is 0.875, more than what A Ltd can afford. In that case, A Ltd will have a loss and T Ltd will have a profit. We can see that so the loss is an amount of rupees 4 per share. So acquiring company has incurred a loss of 4 rupees per share. It has 25,000 shares. So the total loss that it has sacrificed is 1 lakh. 1,60,000 is so the advantage from the merger. So the total earning of target company increases by 2,60,000. Target company's number of shares 40,000. So 2,60,000 upon 40,000. So earning per share increases by 6 rupee 50 paise. That we can cross verify over here. But these two are the things that say we just understand from the theoretical point of view, because practically we understand that say any exchange ratio which is less than this will not be that is acceptable to the that is target company, and more than this is not acceptable to the acquiring company. So as we have discussed an example that say my salary is 8 lakhs, you can afford 12 lakhs. Then in that case, the range in which the salary would be determined would be 8 lakhs to 12 lakhs. Write on a small note for the answer. Write on first point. In case of increase in earning due to merger, comma, there will be one of the 5 situations possible. full stop. A Limited, T Limited, loss, profit, no profit, no loss, profit, 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 loss, profit, sorry, no profit, no loss, profit, and loss profit. Second point, minimum required exchange ratio by target company will be less than maximum affordable exchange ratio to acquiring company. Full stop. Third point, any exchange ratio falling in between minimum required by T Limited and maximum affordable to A Limited, comma, then there will be a profit to both of them. Full stop. Depending upon negotiation power of both the companies, comma, exchange ratio is finalized. Full stop.